What could be more authentic than statues 2,200 years old? Yes, of course. If there's one thing I must do when visiting Xi'an, it's see the terracotta warriors. Now we're talking authenticity. Battling my way through the thousands of selfie-snapping tourists, what a reward. A view like nowhere else in the world. Breathtaking. Ironic that one of the country's richest cultural sites is simply one man's fantasy. An entire fake army created to guard his final resting place and to follow his spirit into the afterlife. Most visitors must be content to gaze upon the soldiers from afar. Our guide takes us into what's known as Pit 1, a strange sensation, like stepping back in time as I come face to face with row after row of warriors.
You can see the armor, this one and that one, you can see that is different.
From rank to hairlines to facial features. No two statues are exactly alike, and the archaeologist Shen Mao Sheng can spot every detail.
I'm a little student. When I come here, I say, amazing, too much. Yeah, it's so amazing.
The whole thing was an accidental discovery. The story goes that the first statue was unearthed in 1974 by a farmer digging a well. This clay army, believed to be just one small part of the mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor to unify China. Historians say he was a brutal leader and even killed some of the 700,000 craftsmen who toiled to build all this.
I think he's a great man. You know, we think even though in the history they said he was very cool, but we think he did many good things for China.
Mr. Shen has dedicated his life to piecing together what might very well be the world's largest jigsaw puzzle. Few of these terracotta soldiers, the archers, the horses, are uncovered intact. Do you ever get frustrated?
Yeah. Sometimes I get it, but sometimes I'm very excited about it. One example is I just see one finger is broken more than 200 pieces. When I put them together, I cried.
It can take more than 3 months to restore just one warrior. A daunting thought when you consider the vast majority of the site remains buried nearby. From the statuesque tranquility of the terracotta warriors to the absolute chaos of Xi'an's street food fair. In this part of China, enjoying food is not just a necessity, it's a right. This enjoyment of food spans the country, including the capital, Beijing. I've come to the market to see what locals have to choose from. Having a guide helps eliminate some of the guesswork. And there's none better than the chef and food writer Fuchsia Dunlop.
This is chunya, the tender spring shoots of the Chinese tun tree.
Tree.
So it's a cooling vegetable. So if you have too much internal heat, in Chinese medicinal terms, eat kugua and that'll sort you out. They don't really want to come out. This is a loach, which have very slippery and tender flesh. In Chinese, the sensation is called ma, which is the same word as pins and needles and anesthesia.
It's not even lunchtime, but in the cavernous kitchens of Ban, run by the Sichuan provincial government, the chefs are turning up the heat. How significant is the food component of a trip in realising an authentic experience?
I think if we say an authentic experience involves sort of in some way entering into the real lives of people in a place, food is central to everybody's lives. I mean, I think there are certain challenges in looking for really authentic local food. First among them is language. Apart from that, how do you order? You have to have a mastermind who arranges a selection of dishes that will be a harmonious whole.
Good grief. What have you ordered? Give me a rough idea.
This is cold pork in a garlicky sauce with chili oil and sweet soy sauce. The bamboo pith fungus from the forests of southern Sichuan with egg. Now this one is for the texture. Goose intestines in a spicy sauce. Lovely and slithery and rubbery.
Across town, the kitchen is cramped and the chaos reaches new heights. This is also authentic Sichuan cooking of a different type. Any similarity with the government-run operation that I've just come from stops with the spices.
The name of the restaurant, Jiang Ma Mai, it's like food like your granny would make. Ironically, as young Chinese people are cooking less and less, there's this real appetite for authentic home-style cooking.
Cheap and cheerful. This dish is called sad noodles, supposedly named because they're so hot they make you cry. I think I'll avoid the chilies.
So quail egg, chicken feet skin, chicken gristle, a couple of kinds of tofu.
What's the rule of the road if you do want to try and eat authentically?
Well, I guess just be open-minded and keep your eyes open and be willing to try new things. If you really want to experience China, then you just have to try some real Chinese food.